Hello friends, in this video we will study about the class 10 lesson, that is electricity of science subject, and it is a 12th chapter of NCERT syllabus. So here we go. So as the name of the chapter is electricity, so let's see what is electricity first. So electricity is the presence or flow of charge in any material. So electricity is nothing but a presence or flow of charge in any material. So let's see what is charge here. So charge is the property of an atom. So charge is the property of any atom that is conducts the electricity. So what type of atom can be conducted electricity, we will see in the next page. So next one is, it may be positive or negative. So charge may be positive or negative, and like charges are repulse each other and the unlike charges are attracts each other. If there is a like charge, means what here? Like charge means the similar charge can be repulse each other, and the unlike charge, or we can say it as unsimilar charges, are attracts each other. So its SI unit is coulomb. The symbol of the charge we are representing is Q. So charge may be represented by the symbol Q. So let's see in the next page why electricity is flowing in conductors only. So in the previous page I told about the presence or a flow of charge in any material. That material can be called it as conductor. Why the charges are can be flow in the conductors only? So you can see here the two types of material, that is insulator and the conductor. So conductor free electrons in the outermost shell. We can see here the insulator, that is having the packed system of electrons here in the outermost shell, that not allowed to pass the electricity in their outermost shell. But in the insulator conductors there is a free electrons, we can say here free electrons, that may be responsible for the presence of or the flow of charge in the metals. We can say here the free electrons you can see here, that is present in the conductor, that is allows to pass the electricity in the conductor. So you can see free electrons in the conductor like this. This is the metal ions here. These are the metal ions, and the freely moving electrons are responsible for the conduction of electricity in any conductor. Three types of particles in the charge here. First one is electrons, second one is protons, and third one is neutron. So electrons are having the negative charge, protons having the positive charge, and neutrons is the electrically neutral charge. Here the value of one electron is minus 1.6 into the 10 to the power of 19 minus 19 coulomb. The value of the proton is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb is the value of one proton. Next one is the number of electrons in one coulomb of charge, that is 6.25 into 10 to the power of 19. So here we can find out the value of n by the formula, that is Q is equal to n E. In that Q is the charge, and n is the number of electron, and E is the value of electron. N is equal to Q by E. So by this formula we can find out the value of n here, that is already given, that is 6.25 into 10 to the power of 19. So Let's go to the next page here. So current, it is a flow of charge per unit time. So current is the flow of charge per unit time. That is the formula of current also. So current is equal to charge by time here. I is equal to Q by T. So SI unit of current is ampere. So the other scales are milliampere and the microampere. Current can be measured by the ammeter, which is the symbol for the ampere here. This circuit diagrams. So this is the symbols we are using in the circuit diagrams. Okay, here first of all, an electric cell is represented by this symbol. Electric cell is represented by the symbol this plus and minus. It shows the terminals of the battery, which is also called as polarity of the battery. And the combinations of cells or the heavy battery we can represent it by the this symbol. Okay, that is the combination of the cells here. So plug key which is open is symbol is this. This is a symbol for the plug key. And if the plug key is closed, just put the dot in the middle of the close key. If there is a joint of the wire, okay, if there is a joint in between the wire in the electric circuit is represented by the this symbol. And wire crossing without joining is represented by this symbol. Electric bulb is representing by this symbol. And resistor, it is a resistor, and this is the variable resistors, or you can say it as rheostat. It is the symbol for the rheostat and it is the symbol for the variable resistor. Ammeter, we can see here the positive and the negative direction also in the ammeter in the symbol only. And voltmeter is by the representing by the symbol here, that is V. So let's see in the next page. So this is the ammeter we are using here. So it has low resistance and it always connected in the series. So we can see here in the simple circuit diagram of the bulb, battery and the switch. In this we can say the ammeter is connected in series pattern here. Here positive, battery positive to ammeter positive here connected. So you can see here battery positive, ammeter positive is connected here. Next in the negative direction it is connected to the bulb, and next other terminal of the bulb is connected to directly key, and key is connected to negative terminal of the battery. So it is a closed circuit which is connected by the ammeter to represent, so to measure the current flowing in the circuit. Potential difference, that is represented by the symbol V. So potential difference is nothing but work done to move a unit charge from one point to another point. So that is the potential difference that we will study further. So potential difference is equal to work by charge. So potential difference is equal to work by charge here. That is symbolically we are representing, that is V is equal to W by Q. So V stands for the potential difference, W is for work done, and Q is for the charge, as we studied. Okay, here yes SI unit of potential difference is volt. So 1 volt is equal to when the 1 joule of work done in carrying 1 coulomb charge, then the potential difference is called 1 volt. So that is the 1 volt value. Next, the cell or battery are device that maintain the volt here. So we are providing the battery or the cell to provide a similar or the, we can say it as equal voltage simultaneously. Difference is measured by the voltmeter. That is the name of the equipment which is using to measure the potential difference, that is volt, in the any circuit or any equipment. So let's see in the next page. So this is the voltmeter, that is to measure the volt in any circuit. So here given the simple circuit here, that is battery, switch and the bulb is connected seriously, and the voltmeter is always connected parallelly to the any equipment to measure the volt here. So it has the high resistance and it always connected in parallel, as we can see in this circuit. So here voltmeter is, this is the voltmeter which is connected parallelly in this circuit. Here let's illustrate the Ohm's law here. Okay, let's take the two activity, that is A and B. In A, put the put the certain amount of water here. Okay, and in B, fill this amount of water. Now you can see in A there is a difference is very less, so the speed of flowing the water is less. Okay, the speed of flowing the water is less. If there is a more difference, there is a speed is more. If there is a more difference, is having the more speed. So that is can be in the similar way in electricity also, that is represented by the Ohm's law. So we are taking as current in the voltage here, I and the V. If there is a higher the speed of the current, then higher the voltage. If higher the current, higher the voltage. If lower the current, lower the voltage also. So we can say it as current is directly proportional to the voltage. So we can say it as volt is directly proportional to the I, or the I is directly proportional to the volt. Here this is the circuit diagram for studying Ohm's law. So by this experiment we can represent or we can illustrate the Ohm's law here. Variable battery we are using here to vary the voltage, and we are measuring the current in this ammeter, and the voltage, that is we are putting or we are giving to this circuit by this voltmeter, and these are the two meters to measure the voltage and the ammeter simultaneously when we are giving the different type of voltage to this circuit. We are giving the 3 voltage by this variable battery, then we can measure the 3 voltage in this voltmeter, and simultaneously we have to measure the current. Okay, simultaneously we have to measure the current also in this ammeter. As we are increasing the voltage here, the current also increases in the ammeter. As we are increasing the voltage, current also increases in the ammeter. So this is the illustration of the Ohm's law. So we can graphically represent it like this. So as the potential difference cross 2 points of the metallic conductor is directly proportional to the current passing through the circuit, provided its temperature remains constant. If the temperature remains constant of the any conductor, then the potential difference across 2 points of metallic conductor is directly proportional to the current passing through the circuit. So as V is directly proportional to I, then we are putting the proportionality constant, that is resistors here. This is the proportionality constant. Here if we put it as, that is the V is equal to IR is the formula for the Ohm's law. This is the formula for the Ohm's law, where the I is stands for the current, V is stands for the voltage, and the R is the resistance which is passing through the circuit. If you put a graph of voltage versus current, then the graph will be always straight. The graph will be always straight like this, because as we increasing the current, the voltage also increases, or we can say it as we increasing the voltage, current also increases. As we increase the voltage, current also increases. So let's study about the resistance here. So resistance is the property of conductor to resist the flow of charge. Here the important word is resist. Resist means it is opposing the current to flow in the conductor. So amount of opposing the current in the resistor is nothing but the resistance here, or we can say it as it is a property of conductor to resist the flow of charge. Then R is equal to V by I, that is its SI unit is ohm, that is representing by this symbol like this, representing the SI unit of the resistance. And it is rheostat is the one of the equipment, that is it is an electronic device used to control the current by varying the resistance. So it is we are using the rheostat to varying the resistance, that is called a variable resistor also. And let's define the ohm, 1 ohm. So resistance of the conductor depends on the three factors. That R is directly proportional to L, and R is inversely proportional to A. So let's combine these two equations, that is R is directly proportional to L by A. If we remove the proportionality here, then we can use this proportionality constant, that is rho. We are using rho, that is nothing but the resistivity. So R is equal to rho into L by A. So what is this resistivity? It is the fundamental property of material that resists the flow of electric current. So it is different in the different material. Is equal to RA by L, that is equal to resistance is ohm, area is M into M, that is divided by M. Here M get cancels, and the SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Okay, the SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. The SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Next, resistivity. It is constant in every material. So it is constant as we are using the any type of material. The range of resistivity in metal and iron is -8, 10 to the power of -8 to 10 to the power of -6 ohm meter. So we can see here the unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Next is the range of the resistivity in non-metals is 10 to the power of 12 to the 10 to the power of 17. So we can see in the alloy and the metals the resistivity is less. The copper and aluminum used to electrical transmission as they have the low resistivity. You are seeing that the copper and the aluminum wires we are using to circulate the electric current. Next, alloy used to electrical heating devices because it is have the high resistance and they can not be burned radially, means they are not burning easily. So that because of the high resistance we are using the alloys in the electrical heating devices such as iron box, such as water heater, we are using the high resistivity material. So what is resistor here? A resistor is the electrical component that limits or regulates the electric current. A resistor is anything that electricity can't travel through easily. Example for resistor is fan, bulb, TV, etc. that we are using in the regular basis. Here resistors in series and the resistors in parallel are the two combinations in the electricity. So first one is resistors in series. So here you can see the three resistors R1, R2 and R3 are connected in series with the battery and plug key. So here you can see voltage as we are giving from the battery is flowing through the R1, R2 and R3, and the current is constant here because the resistors are connected in series. So current is constant, which is flowing from here to here, but the voltage is different in the different resistors. So as we can calculate by connecting the different voltmeters here, here and here. So R1 voltage passing through R1 is, we are taking as V1. Voltage passing through R2 is, we are taking as V2. Voltage passing through the R3 is, we are taking as V3. So there is a different voltage passing through the different resistors. So here V1 is equal to IR1, that is the voltage passing through the R1. Voltage passing through the R3 is V2 is equal to IR2. We are taking by this formula Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR. Then V3 is equal to IR3. So the total voltage passing through this circuit is V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So as per this formula, V is equal to IR. Okay, here we are taking as V is equal to IR. So IR is equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. We are taking the I is constant here. So that is IR is equal to I into the bracket R1 plus R2 plus R3. Next one is I get cancels here. Okay, I get cancels. So therefore R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So total resistance in this circuit is R, that is R1 plus R2 plus R3. So that if there is a series combination, the total resistance is the summation of the all resistors we are using in the series pattern. Okay, so next go into the resistors in parallel. So we are using also the same formula, but in the resistors in parallels the current is different and the voltage is constant in the all three resistors, because we are using the parallel circuit here. You can see the resistors are connected in parallel, and which is connected to the common voltmeter, that is V, that is V here. Okay, so voltage is constant here. In parallel resistors the voltage is constant, but the current flowing in the R1 is different, current flowing in R2 is different, current flowing R3 is different. So we are taking V is constant, but the I we have to calculate for the every resistor we are connecting in parallel here. So let's see by this formula, that is V is equal to IR. Therefore we are calculating for the I. So I is equal to V by R. So let's see here, I1 is equal to, okay, I1 is equal to the current flowing in the resistor R1 is I1 is equal to V by R1. Current flowing in resistor 2 is I2, that is equal to V by R2, and I3 that is equal to V by I3. So current flowing in the total circuit is I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So calculating for the different current is substituting the value of different current in the formula. So V by R is equal to V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. Next, here V is common for the this, so we taking outside, so therefore V by R1 is equal to V in the bracket 1 by R1, 1 by R2, 1 by R3 summation. So as VV get cancels, we are getting that 1 by R is equal to the total resistance, that is 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, that is resistor in series and resistor in parallel. So you can see here, in the resistor in series I is constant, resistor in parallel V is constant here. So R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 in the resistor in series pattern, and resistors in parallel is R1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So advantage of parallel combination. In the series combination, what happens there? If the one resistor is fail, the circuit is broken and the non-component works. And different appliance required different current. This cannot be satisfied by series combination. Okay, and the total resistance in parallel combination is less as compared to the series combination. So in the next, heating effect of electric current. If the conductor is purely resistive, the source of energy continuously get dissipated in the form of heat. This known as the heating effect of electric current. So these are the three formulas that is we are using to in the heating effect, that is H is equal to VQ, H is equal to VIT, and H is equal to I square R